What is going on, everybody? It is Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we are going to do a Tampa Bay Buccaneers offseason and mock draft. So if you guys love mock drafts, you guys love the NFL in general, college football, feel free to stick around, like, comment, subscribe. It's 4K by draft day, and we're looking pretty good on it. So I'm very excited about that. Without further ado, let's kick right into it with some key offseason departures. So Tom Brady, of course, do we actually know if he's retired? We think he is. I'm going to say he is. Obviously, he might just want to keep his name in the news to continue keeping people searching him up, maybe increasing his brand identity. I'm not sure. I highly doubt he comes back, especially with all of these huge ass names that you guys can see on this list. If you guys are new to the series, if you want to know what signed means, it's going to be whether I think / whether they probably will want to re-sign with the team. And duration amount, it's with some certain players like Carlton Davis, I actually do look up the estimated amount per year that he's going to make. And obviously the years and the amount are pretty subjective, and they're just there for fun, just to speculate. So don't go off on it. Of course, you can give your feedback, because that's always fun down in the comment section below, because we want good football discourse. Chris Godwin, going to make some money elsewhere. This team is not exactly in the place to be able to pay a lot of these large contract players who are ring chasing, because, again, there were a lot of these guys who decided to stick around one more year to try to run it back, and they are all extremely good talents. And Ndamukong Suh, I think that he could be a really good positional asset, to put it lightly, to have a lack of a better word, somewhere else. I don't think you guys want to pay him another $16 million a year. Rob Gronkowski, I'm pretty sure that he's probably going to retire as well, if he hasn't already. Leonard Fournette, he's going to want to make some big money and be a true RB1 on a team that probably can make a run for the Super Bowl. OJ Howard, I think that he's going to want to make some money elsewhere too. I could see a team like even the Giants, who are probably going to move on from Evan Ingram, being a really good spot for him to test it out there. Obviously, we saw how good Dawson Knox was with Brian Daboll in Buffalo. Be a fun option. But yeah, I mean, we also have all the Giants. The NFC least, all those videos are up. So if you guys like to see that one as well. And I want to do this one because I promised y'all, and I didn't deliver, but now I am. Ronald Jones as well. I just don't see these running backs re-signing. And then Carlton Davis on a 4-year deal. He's projected to make very near to $20 million a year. He's been a very solid corner overall. I like him. And honestly, the only way this team can remain competitive, especially if you guys are trying to acquire a quarterback in free agency, is to have at least a dynamic pass defense. So that's what we're going to do here. Some potential trades or cuts to free up some more cap space. Cam Brate, and then Raheem Nunez-Roche. I think that guy's definitely going to be cut. You see, like, he has a couple million that you can easily just free up from his contract. No idea why he's getting paid the amount he is. Probably just, I have no idea. Maybe a friend of somebody. Like, I don't know. And then Cam Brate, that's going to be a rough one, because, again, you're already losing 2 tight ends in the offseason. But if you guys are desperate to free up some cap, maybe replace him with another tight end or draft one, that would be a good route to go. Some offseason targets, you got Sammy Watkins, just a do-it-all veteran wide receiver you can get for a nice price tag around $5 million. Just not an impact player anymore, but he's a really good supporting cast member who can make an impact every 4 games. So I like that. When you get to be 25% effective for $5 million, that's kind of useful in the NFL, because, again, sometimes one of those 4 games is going to need to be won by someone like Sammy Watkins, and that's exactly what you need to remain competitive in a very non-competitive division. Gerald Everett, another guy, if you end up wanting to go with a different tight end route, I like him actually really a lot. And I think that if you could swap Cam Brate's contract for Gerald Everett, that would be a very good one, because he's like a better version of OJ Howard for this team. I just love Gerald Everett, though. Rashad Penny, someone you could get for probably that $5 million a year mark, or Marlon Mack. Both of them pretty damn solid running backs. I like Marlon Mack a lot, though. A lot of people, I remember players saying, like, he's the one player they don't want to tackle in the whole NFL. Like, people are sleeping on Marlon Mack, and I think he'd be a great option for a team that's looking for a running back one. And then Cam Fleming, just a solid swing tackle, just to continue adding some depth, because tackle depth is crucial for this team. So that is going to be the main portion of this video before the mock draft. So I'll see you guys there. Take it easy. Welcome in, everybody. It's time for the mock draft. Let's kick this off. No need for a fancy reintroduction. Of course, you guys like mock drafts. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the community. 4K by draft day should be easily accomplishable. So we got a big stretch goal to get 4.5K. Yeah, we haven't even hit that 2-year mark yet, and trying to get to that 5K mark by then. That'd be very, very, very fun. Let's continue with this, of course, with our late first round pick. I was like, wait a second, does this team even have a first? But for me, I'm going to be definitely looking at the quarterback realm. And I don't trust Kyle Trask. He was somebody where I really had to just see how he did and receive initial contact with the NFL to really judge him. But oh man, oh wow, that's tough. Because you got Sam Howell here. Like, you don't have to go quarterback this year. Obviously, you could go for the veteran route, and I think that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. We could also wait for like Carson Strong in the second, because if George Karlaftis is here, and he very well could be, again, it just depends on, like, because all these edges are different styles, depends on what you're looking for. Karlaftis might just be exactly what you're looking for to plug in at that Will Golston role. Yeah, I think that's his name. I think he'd be a perfect guy for this defense. Man, having trouble. But I think this guy's phenomenal. I think that's probably the best choice. Corner as well. I just really like the depth of corner in this class. Even if you get someone like Marcus Jones later on to be a slot/boundary hybrid. We already talked about how we're going to be bringing back Carlton Davis with the money that we do have. I think that'd be the best case scenario for the entire team. Wide receiver wise, you could look at Drake London, Chris Olave for sure. I mean, I personally wouldn't, just because, again, I mean, you could look at Nakobe Dean too. I think George Karlaftis is the best guy on the board, and interior edge rushers aren't honestly that good in this class. Like, when you think about it, you got Karlaftis here. I'm not the big of a fan of Cam Thomas, Josh Pascal, which not many teams might even put him inside like that. Besides that, you're really like missing out on that. You'd be looking for the boundary edge rushers. Logan Hall is too, but yeah, I'm a big fan of George Karlaftis at this spot. He's a guy who just shouldn't be here. He won't make it to this spot, but again, some crazy things do happen, and we're going to respect the board. Wide receiver should be on the radar, but I think that the wide receiver group is good enough. I think that we've been kind of blessed with wide receiver talent thus far. So getting somebody of George Karlaftis's blue chip talent level is something that you cannot complain about at all. And again, there's other guys that you can get later on. We do have the roster up here where we can check everything out just to see what happens. Unfortunately, Kyrie Elam did not make it to our second pick, because I think that guy's a stud. But I still think a boundary corner would not be a bad option at all. Martin Emerson, certainly somebody who I have been eyeballing for this team. Another guy I could see is Sky Moore, and I hope that he could fall to our next pick, because that would be insane. And I really want to see that happen. But yeah, Martin Emerson should be this type of pick. Nehemiah Pritchett could be somebody that you draft as well the next round if you want to get Sky Moore now. Wouldn't be a bad idea. People are hyping up Martin Emerson as a first-round cornerback. Everybody just fell off him randomly, just stopped talking. The guy's a very solid corner, and I think that he'd be a good addition to this team, where you're not going to be able to bring back Richard Sherman. So I don't even know if I actually have that in the graphics, the more I think about it. But regardless, I think that that's a good spot to go. Address 2 spots on the defense. Pray that maybe, like, so Sky Moore went, but there's still some really good receivers that we can pick up later on. Again, there we go. We're starting to see all of them fall away, which is very irritating right before our pick. But Nehemiah Pritchett also just went off the board. So I guess we're in an okay spot. So at this point, Khalil Shakir is probably our next best bet. You've got Ezukama in here. I'm not that big of a fan of this draft anyways for wide receiver. I think going after a running back is your best bet. And again, I think that you could see Johnson take that next step and become a starting caliber wide receiver. Scotty Miller, definitely still an impact player. Mike Evans needs no introduction. You just don't need to have 3 5-star wide receivers, but Breece Hall is a 5-star running back. I love him to death. I think that if there's any running back that will go high, it's him, even over somebody like Kenneth Walker. I mean, I just love Breece Hall. His vision is insane, and he's just a very high-end running back, highest graded running back on my board by a long shot. Again, I need to re-eval on oh my God, Kenneth Walker. And then we can start talking about it because he worried me a little bit. He worried me compared to the hype he's been getting. So we'll see. It's unfortunate Troy Anderson can't get to our next pick because I would love to select him, or Jake Ferguson. That was another guy who I was thinking of targeting. So that really irritates me, but that's okay. Kobe Bryant, he's fallen a little bit, and that's okay. Nick Cross, if I'm not mistaken, we've already taken him for this division, so we don't really want to go back to back at those types of positions. You could, again, go wide receiver here. Khalil Shakir would be a very fun one to have with the ball in his hands. Would not be a bad choice at all. Obviously, you got Justin Ross in here, which I think we've already taken for this division. Romeo Doubs, I think honestly he'd be a really good deep threat for this team. Somebody who can definitely develop into a nice prospect. Obviously, you got some good tackles in here. Don't think you need them per se. Tight end wise, though, I mean, yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks because at this point, everybody's starting to start thinking the same way. Jelani Woods is a guy who I would consider targeting. I do like Jelani Woods. You could look at linebacker, again, getting somebody to impact there. But again, I think that possibly our best route is to go Romeo Doubs here out of Nevada, add another good gadget player, see if one of these guys is going to be able to fit and be able to develop as a starter. It is a little bit annoying to be kind of like constricted by the other teams being able to draft. It's just, that's the way it is. And fortunately, you guys have had enough luck throughout the past couple of years to you guys have had enough fun in the sun, to put it blatantly right there. Other positions I would target: quarterback, Brock Purdy, really like him. Caleb Ellaby would be interesting. I don't think he'd be worth it at this point, and he just went too. Tight end wise, man, I'm having a hard time liking any of these dudes besides Grant Calcaterra, and I think I've already taken him as well. Peyton Endershot's fun. I already took him as well. So unfortunately, like maybe going after Haskell Garrett, which we've already taken. Christopher Hinton, not bad. Neal Farrell Jr. already taken, but also really good. I wish that they had the guy in here from who went to the Senior Bowl, who's interior defensive lineman, because that guy was really good. Like, he had some very good plays. I would definitely still look for some more DBs. Maybe picking up another offensive lineman wouldn't be bad. And actually, I'm going to do it. Ja'Tyre Carter here out of Southern he actually showed a lot during that Senior Bowl. He can continue growing with Sedarius Hutchinson there to succeed what they have starting out. And if I'm not mistaken, the guard depth isn't something I'm very comfortable with. So Ja'Tyre Carter certainly has something that a lot of people would like to see. Those bad reps were kind of like numbed a little bit by the fact that he looked very frustrated with himself. So I have a weird feeling that he has that inner motor. If you're going to see somebody potentially develop into a starting caliber player at the spot of the draft, he very well might be the guy to do it. So very excited to see that. Jalen Naylor also is a really good wide receiver out of Michigan State. I did not know he was coming out, and this is the first time I've actually seen him in here. I'd probably target him before even Eric Ezukanma. Velus Jones is old as all get-go. You guys know he's like part of this 2016 class. He might be part of the 2015 class. He's like a super senior. He might be a super senior. 6 seasons in college football. That's insane. 6 seasons. It's ridiculous. He was class of 2015 and came into this league in 2016. He showed a lot of potential, and he's done a good job so far. It just, you can't just imagine that you're going to be able to come into the NFL and be drafted that highly after that many years. This is going to be DJ Matthews. In the short period of time that I've actually scouted DJ Matthews, I gave him a mid-first. Yeah, like, of course, that's just somebody who I think is pretty damn solid with the game that I saw. But there's another kid who wasn't on here out of Samson. I think it's like Samson State or something like that. Montrell Washington might be his name. That guy is a beast. He's one of my guys that I love in this draft. But recapping it, we got a starting running back, a big time edge rusher / interior. talk about a top end corner to pair up with Carlton Davis, Romeo Dubs, and DJ Matthews to help out the receiving core, and Ja'Tyre Carter. It's not a flashy draft, but it's definitely something that I think is a very good one, and it will help set this team up for big success as Joe Tryon continues to develop as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys, of course, hit the like, comment, subscribe button, join the community. See you on the far side. Peace.